down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last. Just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun, feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Hello lamppost, what you knowin'? I've come to watch your flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Do-do-do-do, feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. I got no deeds to do, no promises to keep. I'm dappled and drowsy and ready to sleep. Let the morning time drop all its petals on me. Life, I love you, all is groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy.
Good morning. My name is Allison, and I'm going to share our Sunday announcements today. Next Sunday is September the 10th. It's going to be our Water Communion Rock Covenant service. Please bring water that comes from a place that holds deep emotion for you, and bring your aspiration for the coming year at Neighborhood. NUC small groups are forming. Are you interested in offering or leading a small group? There will be a planning meeting this Thursday, September the 7th at 10 a.m. via Zoom. If you're interested and want to be part of that conversation, please contact me at president@nuc.ca. Activities happening here. We have a neighborhood karaoke party, or karaoke. Karaoke this Saturday, September the 9th. It starts at 7 p.m. We ask that you bring your voice, maybe a snack to share, and a beverage of your choice. It's also going to be a unofficial celebration of Kurt's 50th birthday, so you should know that that is also happening. We have our annual congregational picnic next Sunday, September 10th, starting at 12:30 p.m. in Withrow Park. We'll be meeting near the fire pit, so bring something to eat and drink and reconnect with your fellow congregants after the summer's break. All are welcome. Spirit Choir is resuming on Monday, September the 11th. It starts at 7, goes from 7 to 9 p.m. Weekly rehearsals for our SATB, soprano, alto, tenor, bass, non-auditioned choir begin next Monday. So if you're interested in joining the choir, please contact Suzanne at music@nuc.ca. There will be an outdoor Labyrinth walk on Thursday, September the 14th at 7 p.m. Please join Doug Crozier and fellow congregants at the outdoor Labyrinth at Fairmount Park. We also have a games night coming up on Saturday, September the 16th from 6 to 10 p.m. So join us for an evening playing board games, and this is hosted by Gail Raynard and Gord Clee. The Toronto East End Climate Collective meets in person neighborhood on the first Thursday of every month, and online all other Thursdays. The next in-person meeting is September the 7th at 7 p.m. For those that don't know, TEAK is a climate advocacy, education, and discussion group, and we help plan and attend climate actions and work on speaker series. All are welcome. Snacks are provided. For more information, please contact Janet Nanos. Neighborhood Gallery presents, we have a new show which will be unveiled on September the 10th, and it will run to October the 29th, featuring Ravinder Rupri's Circle series and Lauren Renzetti's Meadow Meditations. The opening will actually be on September 17th from 12 to 1, and all are welcome. Toronto's Sacred Circle Fall Equinox Dance is taking place on Saturday, September the 23rd from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. No experience or partner is needed. Each dance will be taught and everyone is welcome. Please contact Moira McDonald for more information. I see Moira waving. And remembering Reverend Rodrigo Emilio Solano Casnell. There will be a celebration of life for Rev Rod, and that's happening here on Saturday, September the 23rd at 5 p.m. Rev Pat Trudeau will be officiating and Suzanne will do the music. The event will also be live streamed on Zoom using our regular Sunday service Zoom link. A reminder, or maybe for those that haven't heard this before, we do have assisted listening devices, which Gordon has at the sound desk. It will connect you directly with the sound from the microphones. So it's like the presenters are right next to you. There is a volume control and a pair of headphones. So just ask at the AV desk for a unit if you'd like to try one. That's our announcements.
Good morning. Welcome to our neighborhood congregation. My name is Kurt Thompson, and I will be your service weaver this morning. Before we get into our invocation, reminder please, that this labyrinth must only be walked on with socks. So if you're not already doing so, please make sure you are wearing socks and not any other footwear or bare feet, please. Thank you. So if you can at this time, please make sure you find a seat, make yourselves comfortable, take some easy breaths, and make sure all electronics that may be distracting, that are not going to help you engage with the service, are turned off. Our moment is now. Just slowly breathe in, and then please read with me our opening words, which will be projected on the screen. Let us cast us a circle of the sacred space here. Let us cast a circle of a cherished space here, a space of safety, a place of forgiveness, a place of love. If we want the world to change, we must craft in our space and in ourselves the seeds that grow a different kind of life, a life of graciousness, of creative intelligence, a place of light and spirit for ourselves and our families. Now that our circle has been cast, it is time to bring forth the symbol of our Unitarian faith, our lit chalice. I invite Linda Robertson to please come and light our chalice. And as the chalice is being lit, please join our choir in singing our chalice lighting invocation.
To light the fire within our own hearts.
Now I invite our guests who are back here after this welcome back, Sam and Jenn, for our prelude.
Hello, everybody. It's good to be back here. Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, and I watch them roll away again. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay. I got nothing to live for, nothing's gonna come my way. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Looks like nothing's gonna change, no, no. Everything still remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, so I guess I'm gonna stay the same. Sitting here resting my bones, this loneliness won't leave me alone. These 2,000 miles I roam just to make this dock my home. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Well, I'm gonna sit on the dock of the bay, wasting time, wasting time, wasting time. Thank you.
I speak here and stand here on the lands of the Wendat, the Anishinaabeg Nation, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Mississaugas of the New Credit, who have been on these lands out of time, in time, out of memory, and have been joined by the Métis and the Inuit peoples. This is the land of the dish with one spoon, which means we have so much to eat and take, but only one spoon to use. It's a symbol that we must only take what we need and leave for others to take in their turn. This acknowledgement is only words, and I must ensure that my actions reflect these words. Suzanne Mazars is our musical director, who is off this morning. Our contract minister for the year is Pat Trudeau. Our new director of lifespan learning is Julia Thompson, who you'll be introduced to later. Our Zoom tech for this morning is Mark Tim, and our AV person this morning is Gordon Thorne. And again, I welcome Sam and Jenn, who are our musical guests this morning, and thank you very for that lovely prelude. For those with small children, or those who wish to have a bit of alone time, we have a wiggle room off to the corner where sound is piped in. And again, I also say what Allison had said earlier, if you are having hearing issues, we do have listening devices at the sound desk, which you are free to use. We come from many faiths and many traditions. Our faith is over 400 years old. If you are here for the first time, a very special welcome. Please come more often because our services vary from week to week, like this one is today. Our mission here at Neighborhood is to empower spiritual growth and shared action for the care of our world. Our theme for our congregational year is aspirations. For the first 2 months, it will be deeply connected. And for the first month of September, it will be covenant and community. And as I'm sure, as you know, can pretty well guess, our theme today is our annual Labyrinth Walk, which we have not done since we have been at Hiawatha, and it's so pleasant to have it back this week. Labyrinths, to me, as a relatively new Unitarian, only for the past maybe 10 years of my life, represent a very Unitarian aspect. Though we do have instructions on how to walk a labyrinth, there are many ways to view it, many ways to feel about a labyrinth. And there are also different labyrinths. How slowly, how fast we walk a labyrinth is our own choice. Like I said, many different ways to walk it. In the words of Helen Yakoveno, slowly we weave ourselves into the path. Perhaps we can trust these perfect circles in which the world is revealed, half in shadow, half in doubt, sometimes bent with anger or sorrow, but with the full jewel of its promise. And now, for a pleasant time, which we have in every one of our services, please rise and greet your neighbors. Those on Zoom, you're invited to unmute yourselves and say hello. When those in the sanctuary have finished greeting your neighbors in the sanctuary, please turn to the camera and say hello to those on Zoom. A chime will sound to end.
Your backdrop. Good morning.
Thank you. It was a
Good morning,
doodle.
Gordon. Oh.
Yeah.
If everyone, apologies for that, too close to the microphone. Didn't mean, if everyone could please take your seats, thank you. This is usually the time where I'd invite all the children up for our time for all ages, but this morning we have a very special announcement. I invite Michelle Lalonde and Julia Thompson up, please.
Good morning. It gives me great pleasure, and as the board has been working diligently to find a solution for our lifespan learning here, and we embarked on a search for a director of lifespan learning, and I'm really excited to say that Julia Thompson has agreed to step into that role for us.
Thank you for your welcome. It feels really good. I don't know how it happened, how I fell into this role. I just feel as though it was meant to happen. I mean, I came here, I met you guys, chatted, joined the choir, and then somehow this amazing, magical thing happened, and I just couldn't be more thrilled. So I retired last year after teaching with Toronto District School Board for 32 years. And I left. I wanted to leave while I still enjoyed teaching. And I knew that I would somehow continue teaching, but I wasn't sure in what kind of capacity. I just felt that it would somehow materialize. I would be given a sign or something. And so it did. I've always taught and thought a bit out of the box, which is why I connected so well with a school like Equinox Alternative Holistic School, and why I feel so at home here with you guys, because I feel as though that's what you're all about. And so my teaching, I developed programming for children that reflected values. That was super important to us. Social justice, taking care of the world and of each other. And that those are all values that I will bring. I'm not saying I hope to bring, I know I will bring, because it's just part of me, who I am, to the lifespan learning. And while I was teaching, I worked extensively with volunteers, parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts. I had an open door policy, and I really enjoyed, the contributions that volunteers brought to the program. And I feel as though it enriched the children as well. So I am so thrilled. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And I'm excited to create a warm and welcoming lifespan learning room for the children and any other kind of learning groups that we come up with. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, my apologies, I forgot to mention earlier that this is intergenerational service, so the children are welcome to stay in the service and walk the labyrinth if they do so wish when everyone else does. Helen Iacovino, who has given us some insight onto the labyrinth, was born in Montreal and resides in Toronto. She has a Bachelor's of Arts in English from McGill University and has written for magazine publications and for the CUC publication. She has given some insight that labyrinths have been many different human cultures in time out of memory. Many cultures have had labyrinths on their coins. Labyrinths are also used to represent long journeys that might not be able to be physically taken for people that might not be able to afford them. For example, many Muslims, instead of going all the way to the Middle East to go to Mecca, will walk a labyrinth in representation of that journey. A labyrinth is a single, undeceptive path, sometimes confused with a maze. However, a maze has many deceptive turns and dead ends. I personally find a labyrinth to be a representation of life. You're walking in one direction, then in another, then a quick turn and another, then maybe a sharp turn this way and a sharp turn that way. And sometimes I feel that I'm going over the same path over and over again, very slowly getting to the center, which is like life. Sometimes you feel like you're going backwards, but you are moving forwards. Another idea I've had is that when I'm walking into a labyrinth, I'm unraveling my core, slowly removing a cloth that is protecting it. And when I get to the center, my core is exposed, and I can feel my center and understand my true inside, my true feeling, my true spirit. And then, as I walk out of the labyrinth, I am wrapping my core up again. Yet I know I can walk back in to find it and understand it again. A labyrinth is life. It's our spirit. I even remember a scientist once saying that the areas of our brain and the way the wrinkles and curves of the brain work can sometimes represent a labyrinth as well. So it's just interesting that our thought patterns can be in the form of a labyrinth. And now I will invite Allison Kabayama to give our instructions.
Thank you, Kurt. So we have a few options here. We have obviously the large labyrinth on our floor to walk. We also have on the plinth over towards the AV side labyrinths on paper that we can trace. They're called finger labyrinths. And there are also finger labyrinths on the table in the cappuccino room, so that if anybody wants to go and trace them there, they're welcome as well. And there's coloring utensils, there are markers and things to color with. So if the children, after they've walked the labyrinth, want to trace the labyrinth with markers or create beautiful pictures, you're welcome to go there as well. I have a little instructions about the finger labyrinth, which applies to this as well, which is that you could decide on a purpose before using labyrinth. That might be to consider a question, or that we're seeking to relax, perhaps a prayer or something else. For the finger labyrinth, you're recommended to use the index finger of your non-dominant hand. At the entrance of the labyrinth, you can slowly trace the pathway with your finger from the entrance to the center. Breathe slowly and deeply while your finger moves through the labyrinth. Once in the center, take your finger from the center of the labyrinth and rest them in your lap with your eyes closed, paying attention to your purpose. What do you hear in your mind or sense with your body? Then, when you are ready, place the same index finger back to the center and retrace the path out to the entrance. And when you exit the labyrinth, give thanks for this time. Helen Iacovino tells us about walking the labyrinth, that there's no one correct way to walk the labyrinth. Do what feels right at the time. It is suggested that you wait a few seconds after the last person before beginning your walk, so there is some spacing between people. There are glass pebbles on the plinth to the left of me, on the west side. You can choose one and carry that with you, with your purpose, through the labyrinth. And when you exit, return it to an empty bowl, and you can take a heart to keep. There are rose quartz and amethyst hearts in the china dish. Walk at a natural pace, whatever speed is comfortable for you. It's perfectly okay to pass others who are moving more slowly. You'll be passing those ahead of you on their way out. And walk around one another in whatever way feels comfortable. People usually walk labyrinths in silence, although quiet chants or words might feel appropriate. Often people like to pause at the beginning before entering and remain in the center for a while. You may wish to meditate, stand, sit, walk around the center, or turn to each of the four directions, whatever you're moved to do. And then upon leaving the labyrinth, sometimes people like to look back at the center and pause. So I think that's it. Please come take a finger labyrinth if you don't feel that you want to walk the actual labyrinth. And those are on this side, and on this side here are the pebbles, the glass pebbles for you to take to start at the entrance of the labyrinth. So on the way in, we're going to release. In the center, you can receive, and on your way out, you're returning to us. And Sam's going to provide some atmospheric tinkling on the piano. Thank you so much.
as we walk out of the labyrinth, a pondering. Have you changed in any way that you feel? Was there something you brought in and left? Was there something you found and brought out? Just a final thought as we return to our seats. Now we come to the time of our offertory. Our home here at Neighborhood is a growing entity that needs sustenance. In the same way plants need sunlight and water to grow. We grow with our spirits, but we also need financial contributions to help our staff, to help our building and our programs flourish. So thank you if you're giving donations in the basket, predated checks, direct withdrawals. And if you're on Zoom, if you do so wish, there is a link to our donations page in the chat. This is something will help teach us well to be better people. Now I turn to Sam and Jenn for Teach Our Children Well, which are as offering. While we pass the baskets, feel free to sing along.
Must have it cold, and you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, the parents' help did slowly go by. Feed them on your dreams, the ones they pick, the ones you'll know by. Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you will cry. So just look at them and sigh, and know they love you. You of tender years can't know the fears that your elders grew by, and so help them with your youth. They seek the truth before they can die. Teach your parents well, the children's hell to slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the ones they pick, the ones they'll know by. Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you will cry. So just look at them and sigh, know they love you, and know they love you.
If you have found home here, heart here, and treasured friends here, and community. Let this offering be a token of our greater community and our greater good. If they haven't already, please. Okay, they have the baskets. And now please rise in spirit and in body for a closing song. Sam, Jen?
And looking outside, it's a perfect day for this song. Please sing out loud, sing out strong. I can see clearly now, rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, oh bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, oh bright, sunshiny day. Yes, I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is a rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, oh bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies. Yes, I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is a rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, oh bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day.
Are we on? Okay. Yeah, sorry, the mic was off. Yeah, so I invite Linda Robertson to please come and extinguish our chalice. Thank you.
Although our chalice has been darkened, we hold the fire within our own hearts.
In closing, I welcome you to everyone to form a circle, link arms, hands, or however you wish to link up. And now, just take a deep breath in and out. Just remember what we have experienced today. And once more, in and out. And I'll leave you with this closing thought. May each step in our life be a new turn on our labyrinth of life. Our service is ended. May we all go in peace.